And as the Pleiadians are leading this part, they're always very playful. They called the first one Vavavoom, and they called the second one Protection, Power, Peace, PPP. They said it could be Pleiadian, Protection, Power, Peace, but they preferred the three Ps. So today I'm going to teach you the Vavavoom, which is, as Lee said, it's a method of vertical connection, but it's like a triple whammy of vertical connection. Vertical connection is this. It's connection with all that is above and all that is below. And the difference between horizontal connection and vertical connection is on an everyday level where you're cooking and talking, shopping and interacting, planning and working, you're in this kind of orientation, which comes a lot through your eyes, through what you're seeing and looking at and dealing with, and then all of your interactions with people and interactions with your animals and the world in general. This is horizontal connection, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. It is how we function. Even if you're blind, you are still in that horizontal connection. In fact, when you're blind, you are more sensitive to smells and sounds and feelings than if you weren't blind, if you're a seeing person. So you're still in that connection. And if, while in horizontal connection in your everyday life, you are also grounded, high frequency, happy, balanced, peaceful, and safe, feeling safe, this is very important. If you're completely happy and balanced and grounded, then you don't need Vavavoom. It's when you get triggered out of that emotional state of happiness, peace, and balance that you need to reconnect yourself. So these techniques are called conscious frequency shift. And Vavavoom has these steps. Always you start in the heart. So both techniques you start in the heart, because all techniques work quicker, better, and stronger when you do them from your heart. And from your heart simply means in a smiling, kind of grateful frequency, not in a trying, hard, concentrating, frowning frequency. So one of the tricks of my guides is at the beginning of a meditation, they will always say, smile. And it seems a bit weird at first to just kind of fake smile, to just put a smile on your face. But as soon as you think about smiling, it takes your energy out of your head and into your heart. And your heart has a much higher intelligence. It has a much broader kind of eagle's view intelligence. It has more of a multi-dimensional or higher self version of intelligence than your mind, your brain. So we start in the heart, and then there are 3 steps in the Vavavoom. The first is the old first step of the Pleadian essential daily practices, which is, I call light to myself now, but the guides are tending to use the words now. I call the white light of source, because it makes people tune in more quickly to where that light is coming from, which really is from God, Goddess. My guides call God, Goddess, one source. It's their favorite term for that, because they say that it imparts truth codes, because it is the one source from which all was manifested. So you call the white light of one source, and what that step does is You imagine that you are in a column of bright white light, and the first thing that happens is that it raises your frequency. Whatever your frequency was before, it raises it. That white light of source that has no option but to come. It always comes. The white light of source doesn't go, oh, sorry, I'm busy today, we can't come. It just comes. The minute you command it, you invoke it, it comes. And it should be a very wide column of white light because it encompasses not just your physical body, but your aura. And sometimes your aura is several meters in diameter. So this huge column of white light raises your frequency, firstly. It protects you. It brings impeccable protection because when you're in the white light, you are literally invisible to all that is less than light. So if you're ever afraid, nervous, if you feel threatened by outside forces or whatever it is, you always call the white light of source. So you're in the white light of source. And the third thing that it does is it connects you with all that is above and all that is below. So it starts your grounding process because you see the light go straight through your body and aura into the earth below. And it connects you with all of your guides, with the angels, ascended masters, whoever your favorite guys are up there and gals. It connects you with everything in the higher dimension, all the way up to the great central sun, which is the portal through which the energy and intelligence, light and love of the one source is downloaded. So that's the first step. The second step is Prana tube activation, which is in some versions of the essential daily practices and not others. The Prana tube, just like the chakric wheels inside your body, is real. It might not be visible to you with your outside eyes in the same way that your aura and your chakras are not visible to you, except through your inner eyes. So through your psychic vision, you can see these things. And when the guides get you to visualize and use your imagination, you might not instantly see the chakras or the white light or the prana tube. But if you're not visually orientated, you simply choose to know, to trust that that thing is there, or perhaps to feel that that thing is there. And that's how I started, because I had no psychic vision at all when I started with my guides. And now I have amazing psychic vision because they said, just know and trust that that thing is there. Don't frown and concentrate and try to see that thing because that's just going to do exactly the opposite. So the prana tube is about this wide. If you make a circle with your middle finger and your thumb, it's about 2 to 3 centimeters in diameter. And it runs straight through your chakras, through the internal chakras and through the external transpersonal chakras. So in my guide's model of working, we have 3 chakras above the head, and the last one is at the top of the aura. And we have 2 chakras below the body, and the last one is at the bottom of the aura. The ones at the top and the bottom of the aura are a bit like fisheye lenses of a camera, you know, the way they go, they open like that when you focus on them. So the prana tube we activate from the heart as usual. And when you just command prana tube activation, this energy breathing tube just extends straight from the heart through the throat, third eye crown, through the cosmic star portal at the top of your aura, and straight into the great central sun. So it's a way of plugging in to the great central sun or to one source. And from your heart, It moves down through the lower chakras, through the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root chakra, down through the bottom of your aura, the root, the earth star portal, and straight down into the core crystal. And the tube looks transparent. It is crystalline, so it looks like a semi-transparent crystalline tube. You can think about a glass tube like you would use in chemistry, except think about that glass as being crystalline and kind of translucent. So it's an energy breathing tube. It's a tube that is always there, but it's not always activated. So when it's not activated, it is often resting above your head, somewhere in the upper chakras, or perhaps at the top of your aura, but it's not plugged into the great central sun. You can't walk around all day long with your prana tube plugged in, because it would be too difficult to function in 3D reality. When your prana tube is activated and it plugs into the great central sun and into the core crystal of the planet, it immediately activates your multidimensional self. So it makes all 13 chakras spin, the 3 above your head, the 7 within, the 2 below your body, and then the 13th chakra is overlaid on the heart chakra. It's the one heart chakra. So when your 12 chakras spin, that activates the 13th chakra. And when your 12 chakras spin, it also activates the 12-strand DNA. It doesn't, boom, make your 12-strand DNA completely connected. It activates the potential of them. So they wake up. There's like a light that switches on in the dormant DNA that starts and accelerates the coalescing of those 12 strands. My guides say that the good news is we are no longer 2-strand DNA people. They say that the average on Earth is that 6 to 7 strands of the DNA, because it's personal, it depends on your actual frequency. But they say the average in the awakening community is 6 to 7 strand activation, which is pretty amazing. I remember in 2012, the guide saying that the 3rd strand of DNA was activated, and then boom, we're now at 6, 7 strand. So that is pretty amazing. So prana tube activation, although you don't hear it in the words necessarily of this new Vavavoom meditation, you have to know that it is activating those multidimensional parts of you. It's making your 13 chakras spin. It's activating the coalescing and accelerating the coalescing of your 12-strand DNA. And obviously, if it's doing those 2 things, it is activating your higher self aspect, because your higher self aspect activates from the 1st chakra above your head. This is your highest internal personal chakra, the crown. And just above that, about a hand's width, between a hand's width and a hand's length, according to how big your aura is at the moment, is your higher self portal chakra. And your higher self is like the same shape as you, a humanoid shape. It is you, a little bit bigger, because the crown chakra of your higher self is the higher self portal. So I'm not really at the right angle here, but if this is your crown chakra and this is your higher self portal, you can imagine that your higher self is that much bigger than you and made out of light. And this is the crown chakra, or the top of the head of your higher self. So that's the way my guides get us to experience higher self-embodiment. And that multidimensional activation that comes through the Vavavoom technique and the Prana tube activation is activating that portal, and so helping your higher self-embodiment that always brings into activation this wiser, grander, amazing, beautiful version of you. It is you. It is you, and it is always there. You're just not always embodying it. I want you to close your eyes now. I'm assuming that it's the Pleiadians that will come through, but we'll see. I ask for the highest guidance possible to flow through me now. We are the Pleiadian Awakening Collective, and we ask you to close your eyes. You can do this Vavavoom technique, sitting or standing. And when you master it, you can do it with eyes open or closed, inside or outside. But for the moment, as you practice your skill of visualization, we ask you to close your eyes. Place both hands on your heart space now, dear ones, affirming joyfully, my heart is my center. Notice as you tune into your heart's intelligence, there is an explosion of light and color in your heart space that may be emerald green or rose pink, or a combination of the two colors. Allow the color to expand through your chest into the space around you, into your auric field, experiencing the wonderful balance, the wonderful feeling of harmony and peace. You may relax your hands in any mudra that you choose and affirm joyfully, I call the white light of Source as this brilliant white light streams through your body and auric field. You feel your frequency raising exponentially, bringing your emotions into a state of joy and trust. You are invisible to all that is less than light. You are impeccably protected. And you affirm, I call for Prana tube activation. If it assists you, you may use the Prana mudra activation. The Prana activation mudra connects you in through your fingers with all that is above and all that is below, as your fingers become the antennae of your consciousness. And this beautiful crystalline breathing tube extends up now from your heart, through your crown, through the cosmic star portal, plugging into the great central sun. And it extends down from your heart, through your root chakra, through the earth star portal at the bottom of your aura, through the crystal beds within your planet, plugging into the core crystal of Gaia. And there is energy rushing in to your heart, your body, and your higher dimensional being now from above and below. Your 12 chakras are spinning in unison. And this accelerates the spin of the DNA strands in every cell and atom of your body. The spin of your 12 chakric wheels activates the one heart. And this crystalline turquoise frequency flows through your physical body, your auric field, and out into your greater light body now. Focusing on the belly chakra now, on Svadhisthana. Affirm joyfully, I ground myself lovingly into the heart of Gaia now. Sending that cord of light from your belly down through your root chakra, down through the Earth Star portal, straight down into the core crystal. This is a much more solid feeling than your prana tube. The grounding cord indeed moves through the center of the prana tube, making your grounding even more powerful. Affirming joyfully, as above, so below. As below, so above. You are in full Vavavoom, vertical connection, dear ones. Do this practice often. Master this practice and use it whenever your frequency is low. Whenever you have moved into anxiety, fear, depression, or spiritual connection, we ask you to use the vertical Vavavoom. It is an emergency procedure. It is an emergency conscious frequency shift technique. Recalibrating your energy when it is out of alignment. recalibrating your thoughts and emotions back into balance, allowing you to feel peaceful and powerful, reminding you that you are in control of your energy and no person, no situation, no group of people or institution has the power to control you or to pull you out of balance other than you allow it. Become your own masters of conscious frequency shift, dear ones. This is our greatest wish for you. It will serve you well through the future timeline, where sometimes there is chaos coming. It is up to you to learn how to be calm, the center of the hurricane, in stillness and calm, showing this example to all of the awakeners and all of your family of light on Gaia. Namaste. Love and thank you. Thank you to the Pleadian Awakening Collective. They sometimes differentiate themselves from the original Pleadian councils of light, because different councils of different groups of Pleiadians are now in different dimensions. And the Pleadian Awakening Collective are really beings of light in their light bodies, but they love to teach human beings. They've been where we've been, and they say that we are future versions of them, because at the stage that they went through ascension, it was completely different. It was about ascending into a higher dimension. It wasn't about bringing that higher dimensional frequency into a physical planet and into physical humans. So they are completely in awe of what we are achieving now. And I can't even express my gratitude to them for how much they have helped me and how much they are helping our human tribe. So love and thank you to them. And thank you so much, Lee and Monica, for giving me and the guides the opportunity to share with you. Love and thank you. Thank you.
Love and thank you. Thank you. I felt all of that encapsulated the title of your new book, Rainbow Bridge to New Earth, because that's who we are as humans. And even the crystalline tube, it is within us, that rainbow bridge. And